So it's Fly Day. If you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Lanisha Marie, aka the Fly Coach, and that stands for fulfilling living year round. And it's my goal and my intention to help individuals thrive in every area of life, not just survive. I love helping individuals, specifically women, corporate women, identify and monetize their overlooked skills in order to create additional income, breaking through those barriers in their mindset and their money so that they can live the life of their dreams. And so I'm so excited about Fly Day. Why is Fly Day so important to me? It's because it is a day that we celebrate our wins for the week. It's a day that we recognize what life is teaching us, talk about the lessons that we've been revealed in the previous week, or that has been just coming back to us in the previous week. Really, and also recognize what kept us from doing what it is that we wanted to do and accomplish, so that we can make the proper adjustments and keep moving forward. And so that's what Fly Day is all about. So if you're here, I see y'all coming in. Just let me know who is here and who is tuning in to this Fly Day. I want you to do me a favor. Go ahead and head to the comments and share something that you're proud of. What did you do? What did you accomplish this past week? Okay. Find something. All right. It's so easy for individuals to minimize the work that they're doing and overlook it. And it's just like, guess what? Small steps equals progress too, right? No matter if it's big or small steps equals progress, just like a big step does. And so we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate the work that you're doing. And I'm super excited because I was able to revamp the entire system. It's been a lot of work, but I have been working hard, and just doing what I needed to do in order to better serve my clients and better serve all of you. And so I'm excited about that. So go ahead and share your wins for the week in the comments. And then I also want you to share what life is teaching you. What is life teaching you? What lesson did you learn this week? What was an aha moment? What was a reminder, something that maybe you just needed to get refreshed on? But what is something that just really stood out to you this week? And go ahead and share that, so that way we can read it too, because it may be something that we need to hear. But the lesson that I'm going to share about today is about skill sets versus calling. And I promise you, I will not be on here that long, but it's something that has been on my heart lately. And so I'm like, we have to absolutely talk about this, because this is something that I dealt with, especially as I started to transition from employee to entrepreneur. And it's definitely a balance, and it requires a mindset shift a little bit. And so I'm like, I want to talk about it because it's been on my heart. And if you're on my email list and you got the August email, you know that we already talked about it. I gave some reflective questions and different things for you to think about and reflect on and journal about and all those things. So shameless plug, if you are not on the email list, I want you to head over to lanishaMarie.com. Make sure you get on the VIP list, because the VIP list, they get emails, they get challenges, they get notes, they get updates before the general public, early access, all the things. So make sure that you're on that VIP email list, okay? But this is what I want us to talk about as it relates to skill set versus your calling, is that just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you're called to it, because your skill sets can take you very far. But your calling is going to take you exactly where you need to be and where you are meant to be, okay? And too many people are stuck because they've built their life on their skills and not on their purpose. Hey, Wani. Hey. And so why does this resonate with me is because I literally described who I was back when I was working in HR full-time and working and like, oh my gosh, I have this urge to do this other thing, but I'm not really giving my full attention to it. And I tell people all the time that HR was just my skill set. It was something that I did really well, but it wasn't something that necessarily lit my fire. I wasn't necessarily passionate about it. I wasn't excited about it. It was just something I knew how to do. I went to school. I got all the degrees, the education, the certifications. I did all the things. So I knew how to do the job really well, and I still do to this day. And I still offer very limited HR consulting. But at the end of the day, I know that it is not within my purpose. I know it is not within what I should be focused on. And so that's why I only give very, very limited hours to HR consulting, because I have a heart to help nonprofits. And so I know that oftentimes that there is a need in that space. But I only give a little bit of time because I know that I need to be focused over here. And so my dad always says, when you become more selective, you become more effective. And so I know that I can't just give all my time and energy to that because it's going to take me away from what I should be focused on. And there are so many other individuals that do that. And this is what really pivoted me into coaching. So that's why I say skill set can take you so far, but your calling is what takes you where you're meant to be. I needed to go through HR. I needed to get that experience in education, because if I wasn't in that position, if I wasn't in those positions, and if I didn't grow my career, I wouldn't have came to the realization that so many people are unfulfilled in their work, that so many people just work jobs to pay bills, but they're not tapping into their skill set. They're not doing the thing that lights their fire. They're not focused on their purpose assignment or their passion projects. They're not focused on it because they're burnt out working a job that doesn't even excite them. They're just there. And so that is, if I didn't work in HR, if I didn't progress into senior level rooms and hear different conversations, whether it was about promotions or just employee development, if I didn't do those things, it would not have gotten me here. So I understand that skill set is so important, but sometimes people stay too long in positions that are only designed to be temporary. And so it's important to know, am I here because this is a skill set that I need to learn that's aligned with my end goal? Or am I in my purpose assignment? You got to know the purpose, and you have to be intentional about what we're doing, because time is not promised. So we don't have time to waste time. So what are we doing with the time that we have? The other thing I wanted to share is that your skill set is what you've learned. It's what you've been trained to do, and you can probably do it really well, like I talked about. It's the things that people pay you for. But skill sets can be learned. Skill sets can be upgraded. Skill sets can even be replaced. They're valuable, but they don't define who you are. Because if we haven't realized what's going on right now, especially with all these different layoffs and things of that nature, skill sets can be learned. Okay. They done trained AI to learn many, many different jobs, many different tasks, responsibilities. Skill sets have been upgraded. Some skill sets have even been replaced. And so you cannot define yourself based on the things that you've been learned and trained to do, because that's ever evolving. What did you say? You said my current position is definitely temporary and I'm grateful for the opportunity. Absolutely, because I'm sure you're there and you're gaining skills that you can incorporate into your business and your purpose assignment and in your ministry, Wani. At least I hope so. That's the whole goal, is that if we taking jobs, don't just take a job to take a job. Take a job because it aligns with something else that you need to do. Okay. But I want to share, I'm reading this book. It's called Bamboozled by Jesus by Yvonne Orji. I literally read this page today. I was at the nail shop and I'm like, oh, this fits in so well with what I'm talking about. And she talks about how pretty is disposable. She goes on to say that talent is manufacturable. She goes on to say that you can be special, but you can still be replaced. Okay. So let's go back. Talent is manufacturable. Like I said, they can train people to do the job. People can get trained to do the job, unless it's a specialized job like a doctor, where you need all that extra specialized training, but they still get trained on it. Okay. You can be special, but you can be replaced. Some people think, I literally saw a post earlier today and the girl is like, I just want a 9-to-5 job that pays me well. And it's like, that's not going to give you any type of job security or stability. You can be loyal. You could be special to them. You could be their favorite employee. And guess what? When it's time for that bottom line, if they need to walk you out because your position no longer has a need for that business, they will walk you clean out. Okay. You can be replaced. But then she goes on to say, but when you're available, you're already standing in position, so no one can take your place. And this is why, like my dad, he always would tell us, like growing up, like, man, don't get so stuck on those titles, because it's just a job. Like, don't get so stuck on that, because the job can change. The title can change. But when it comes to your purpose, when it comes to your assignment, that's who you are. That's internal. That job and all that other stuff is external. And so I just wanted to share that really quickly, because I knew that, I'm like, man, that just fits so well with what I'm talking about today. The other thing I want to talk about is your calling equals your assignment. So your calling is bigger. Okay. It's the thing that pulls on your heart. It's the thing that you can't stop thinking about. It's the thing that even when you try to run from it, it circles right on back. Somehow it comes right back into your ecosphere, your environment. Like, you literally can't run from it. Okay. Your calling is tied to your impacts. because it's not just what you do, it's why you do it. And so even when I work with individuals in the travel business, I'm like, it has to be bigger than just booking a trip, because it is. It is like we're literally creating like legacies. And oh, you said what's the name of the book again? It's Bamboozled by Jesus, by Yvonne Orji. I don't think I can put it up because I have this green screen, but yeah, Bamboozled by Jesus, and it's so good. And so I'm like, your calling, your assignment is tied to impact. What is your why? Why are you doing the things that you are doing? And you have to dig deeper. And so I take my clients and I do the 5 why exercise, because you got to dig deep. We got to get off of that surface level, because fulfillment is found in purpose. It's where wealth sits, and it is harder to quit. So until you know that why, it's going to be easy to quit. It's going to be. But when it's your calling and it's your purpose and your assignment, even when you want to quit, I promise you it's going to come right back. I promise you. So when you're walking in your calling, fulfillment follows, opportunities align, and your skills start to work for your purpose, not just a paycheck. So this is why I said I needed to work in HR, because if I wasn't positioned in HR, I wouldn't have discovered all of these other things. But my HR skill sets, my flight attendant skill sets, all of the other positions, my sales positions, everything else that I have done, it works for my purpose. I don't work just for a paycheck. Hey, Brandon. And so this is what I'm challenging individuals to really find and discover. And this is why I do the work that I do, because I'm like, no, I want you to be intentional about the things that you're doing. And then the last thing before I hop off of here is that I talk to so many women that, and men, honestly, even though men are not necessarily my target audience, I would say, but I end up talking to a lot of men that are going through the same thing, and they're having these same like feelings about, are they unfulfilled? Are they doing what they should be doing? And really trying to work that out. But I just talk to so many people, and they feel stuck, they feel unfulfilled, they feel burnt out. And it's not because they lack talent. It's just because individuals have been operating in a skill set season when God wants you to actually step into your purpose, okay? And this is why clarity is everything. And it's why I do what I do, because when you know your calling, you can align your time, you can align your business, you can align your income with what you were created to do, not with just some tasks, okay? It's bigger than that. It's what were you placed on this earth to do? Who are you placed on this earth to serve? Who are you placed on this earth to impact? It's so much bigger than you. And when you find and discover that, that is where you'll start tapping into that fulfillment. So I'm about to hop off of here. That was my F.L.Yday lesson. So if I shared something that resonated with you, go ahead and share it with me in the comments. If something stood out, or guess what, y'all? Even if I said something and you don't agree with it, share it in the comments, because we know how to have healthy conversations, dialogues, and things of that nature. So whether you agree, disagree, or something stood out, let me know in the comments, so that way we can continue this conversation. That's why I say the conversation continues even after this live ends, okay? But the question I have for you before I get off, because I wouldn't be a coach if I didn't have a question or something for you to think about. I want you to ask yourself, am I just operating in my skills, or am I truly walking in my calling? Ask yourself that. Am I just operating in my skills, or am I truly walking in my calling? And you will know, because the feelings are totally different. And that's why I say there is no better feeling than fulfilling living. All right. So if you enjoyed this conversation, this is what we talk about. This is what my purpose and assignment is, part of it. And so if you are ready to really start discovering your calling and start building your life and your business that aligns with it, then I definitely want you to join us in the Facebook community. Okay, the Fly Society is for purpose-driven women in life, business, and travel. I want to see you over there. And that's for the space for women that maybe need motivation, encouragement, reflective, like challenges, questions. We share our businesses. We do all of the things. It's to help individuals live on purpose, live intentionally, and keep showing up. So if that's you, I want to see you in the free Facebook group, okay? But if you want to take yourself to the next level, if you want to say, know what, Lanisha, I need to spend a little bit more time in this area, then I definitely invite you to come join me in Ascend. So my Fly Society Ascend group is a monthly membership, and it has many courses, worksheets, tools, community, bi-weekly coaching to help you gain the clarity and walk boldly in your purpose. And guess what? It's only $37 a month, y'all. It's only $37 a month. Or for the people that want to take that commitment up for $1 a day, you have a whole year membership. So that's available for the individuals that are like, okay, I hear what you're saying, and it's time for me to get some work. I need to do some digging. I need to do some digging. I need to realign, and I need to make sure that I'm focusing on the things that I should be focusing on, because some things just came in. Those destiny thieves came in and distracted me. And so now it's time for me to get back on track. So whether I see you in the Facebook community or I see you in Ascend, I will make sure I drop the links below. Just know it is always time to fly. It is always time to fly. And so happy Fly Day. Have an awesome and amazing weekend. And I will see you next week. Have an amazing day.